Welcome to Flowgy. In this video, we will show how to work with the CFD solver. Once we have done the segmentation of our CT scan, we can continue with computational meshing of the nasal cavity. For this, we have to open our nasal cavity. First, we have to define our computational domain. This can be done in two ways. First, we can click here into our columns and get here. Or, as usual, we can go to our workflow area, go to column 4 and click the button Define CFD Domain. Don't worry, this is a very technical term, but it basically means to just define a three-dimensional cage where we can simulate the CFD solver. It can be seen here. Here we want to define an atmosphere in front of the patient. For this, we must define our boundaries in front of the patient's face and nose. It is important that the boundaries reach until the end of the nasopharynx. For this to work in the right way, we must define the 5 sides. We do this by setting limitation points to each of the 5 sides. Normally, this is a very tedious process, but not in Flowgy. Go back to our workflow area, click Define CFD Domain. Now we're guided to our CT scan. We have developed a guiding system to make it as easy as possible. As we can see, here is a CT scan of another patient. This is a guideline. First, we have to understand that we want to see the images like we were sitting in front of our patient. The points can only be set in the actual view by a right click. The coronal and the sagittal view help as a guidance. Now we focus on the picture down below. This is the first point we want to set. Here. We have to scroll in our images until we see a point that is very similar to this one. Right about here. There we can see the bone structures. To set the point, just go with the mouse to the point location where you want to set it. Right click and click the button Get Right Mask Limit. Already set. Now we go to this button here and go to our next point we want to set. Here we are guided again down below. We just set the next point here. Right click. As you can see, I've put it under the line, which doesn't matter in this case because since we have already put the first point here, it will automatically put it to the right area. And click Get Left Mask Limit. Point set. Up to the next point. As we can see in the image below, we have to scroll through our CT scan again. Right about here. Now we set our point. Right click. And get upper mask limit. Next point. Here we want to define the end of the nasopharynx, which is indicated by this picture here, where the point is. See here and here. We also can go to other views. Just right click and get lower mask limit. Up to the next picture. Here we want to set the front mask limit. You have to scroll up again to be able to see the nose. And then we put the point as far as possible in front of the nose. Click point front and up to our last point. This point again is where the nasopharynx is. So we have to scroll down to our pictures. And then get a little bit lower than the last time. And go until here. This is the image where we set the point for the end of our nasopharynx, or where it should start. Now we just get a little bit lower, a few images, and click, like in the picture here down here, more or less here, and set get nasal limit. And now we already have done it. The next step is of course to save our limitations. This we do by clicking this button here and click save. Yes, now we already have saved our limitations. If we, for example, misclicked one of the points, there's no problem. We can change them at any time. Just go to the image and to the point you want to change, click again and set get the nasal limit, or the other button that is written here. And now the only thing that is missing is to click on export. Confirm. Now we name our solver. And press OK. As usual, the loading time depends on the size of our CT scan. Now our export is already finished. We confirm. Now, as we can see, we are in the CFD's overview and workspace. The next step would be to do computational meshing and to resolve the flow. Here we can see our model. Just zoom out a bit. Also, we can change various options. Zoom in and out. And we can see that it's already selected in the study page. In the next video, we go deeper into the options we have with the different tools.